Make money, make muscles, learn game. If you're listening to me, you're a hot dude. The hot dude life is not about your physical appearance. The hot dude life is a mentality. The Hot Dude Army is a global network, and the Hot Dude Army is everywhere. Decrease your judgment of others and increase the judgment of yourself. You belong to the streets, huh?
100%.
It starts with learning dating, and then you move on to something to push humanity forward. That is the philosophy of modern life dating.
This is a textbook example of really good game.
Boom, baby. We are live. Welcome to Interview with the Man, episode 562. Valuetainment interview reaction. That's right. I went down to Valuetainment in August, mid-August, and I did a interview with Adam Sosnick and Swedish Bella, who I actually surprisingly had like a really great time with her. I totally judged a book by her cover. Full transparency. I was like, who is this Jezebel? And then lo and behold, we had like the great meeting of minds. We were just so like connected and like totally on board with a lot of things. It was very aligned with my views. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. I'm here with my crispy hairline, really crispy because it's scabbing over from the hair transplant. Disgusting, I know, but it is all part of the process of becoming the eternal hot dude. Remember, the hot dude life is a global movement, and it's a global network. Speaking of global network, anybody in Bogota, Colombia, we might be going down there. Bogota Bad Boys might be reuniting on October 18th to October 24th. Does that sound interesting to you? Would you be interested in having a meetup in Bogota, Colombia? If you are, put a 1 in the chat or leave a comment on this video. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, subscribe. Let's get going. We're almost at 40,000 subscribers on this channel. What a time to be alive. Really so happy. We're at 39,541 subscribers. We're less than 500 away from 40,000. Take that, Ryan Stone. I've been living in the shadow of your mediocrity for the longest time, and now you are my bitch. You belong to me. I'm just joking. I love Ryan Stone. He's a great guy. How's everybody doing today? Let me go to the chat real quick as I set up everything here for this fantastic stream. Look at my head, bro. Look at Brainiac. Look at this. My head, it feels like so big. Let me shout out to my members. Orion Knights, shout out to you. What is up, brother? Shout out to, it looks like Orion Knights is the only member here. If you want to be a member of this community, go ahead and hit that join button. You get access to all the emojis. It is very cheap, and it supports me. If you like the content that I put out for free, literally every single day, support me, because I can't do this for free. I do need your support. And every little dollar goes right back into the community, goes back into new equipment. We are moving. We are building a new studio. Went out and toured some places in Tokyo today. As you know, Tokyo is not cheap. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know? So, that being said, Let's get going, shall we? Shall we? Chilling on, it's Labor Day. That's right. It's a holiday in America. Labor Day. We had a great coaching session with the High Income Alpha group. Sorry, you cannot get into High Income Alpha anymore. It is closed off. And also, we had some great coaching yesterday with the Money Muscles Game Monthly. You can still get into Money Muscles Game Monthly. Go to modernlifedating.com/monthly to sign up for coaching today, where we have a group chat as well as we got, let's see, we're going to do 2 more webinars, Zoom group coaching sessions this month. So come on in. You didn't miss out on much. Come on down. Here we go. Put the link in the chat. Is it free, Alexander Blake Charles? No, it is not free. It's not free. All right. Let's go. So, how's everybody doing today? Okay, so I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still like a little groggy on the time zones. Didn't sleep that much. And it is what it is. Oh, let's go back here. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do a little breakdown of the Sozcast. Shall we? Let me just... I'm wearing the red blockers to... Oh, I'm really dark, eh? This is super dark. Why didn't you guys say anything? Look at that. I got my black eye. There we go. Oh, man. Don't clip this, Ozzy. All right, let's keep it. Let's see what we got going on here. Not an alpha moneymaker yet. It set the mood. That's good. You're good. All right. Let's take a look. Let's jump right into it, shall we? So, Value, Entertainment, Money, this is the show that I went on. They had me on. Traditional Relationships, Game and Fame with Swedish Bella and Modern Life Dating. This is Sozcast episode 49. This, if you're taking a look on my YouTube channel, what we have here, one of my most viral clips, it's going viral right now, and it's still pumping and dumping. Take a look real quick. This is a clip from it. You'll see it here. I have a little back and forth with this girl, Natalia, who thinks she knows something. But here, this is a little clip of what we're going to be watching today. This has 468,000 views. Only uploaded 2 weeks ago, but take a look here. This is what we're watching today.
There's areas that women, they bring something to a man.
I didn't say women didn't bring value. I just said that men should be the leaders of the relationship.
But women also lead in certain areas better than
No, there
men
can't
do.
be 2 leaders. No. You cannot have 2 leaders. Like a house divided upon itself stands. Yeah. A company doesn't have 2 CEOs.
No, they do not.
Okay. And I think modern women nowadays, they have like this insecurity. What do you mean? Like, I'm not number one. Like, I need to have like that equality with the man. Quality's not real.
And I agree.
It's not real.
Natalia, I know your parents well. Would you say that Marvin's the leader of the household?
Yeah, I would say he's the leader. My dad does lead.
But he is the
head.
leader.
But mothers, they do hold a very important role.
ultimately,
And they lead in a way.
I actually like what you're saying. Is like, it's not leader-follower.
It kind of is.
Is it?
Yeah, because that's the
is.
bottom line. Like, he has the final say. That's what makes him a leader.
The final say in what, though?
Yeah.
All decisions, you know what I mean? He'll hear her out, but at the end of the day, he has the final say.
That's how it is.
That's how it works in your house?
I mean,
And that's the definition of a leader.
There's areas that
So you're going to see here in far more detail. I just want to show you the girl that's disagreeing with me. Okay. So in this episode, what you're going to notice, I'm going to show you a very, very great example on how to hold frame. It's a little bit into the episode. We're going to have to watch it. We're going to break it all down. But there's a real life example where I have 2 people, counterpointing me. I'm having to balance 3 conversations at the same time while maintaining frame, defending my point, validating my point, and then having the group of people agree with me. It's a very valuable lesson we have today. And that girl Natalia, kind of just typical American chick. This is her Instagram. Do I really need to say much more? This chick wants to tell me about traditional relationships. I mean, and it's funny too. So this is her right there. It's really funny because the whole situation at hand with the her being there, the very next day she mentioned to Richard Hart, she's like, I didn't like that guy. She said she didn't like me, but it's okay because I'm not the typical American who just bends over and submits to her and just tells her exactly what she wants to hear. You know what I mean? I held my ground, and I kept it real. And so she is just not used to guys, quite frankly, telling her, no, you're wrong. Be quiet. And I'm going to make my point because I'm the guest. And you just read the super chats. So let's take a look here, and let's just get going into today's episode. You're going to love it. Oh, is it choppy on there?
All right, we are live. Welcome to Sozcast episode 40.
What the hell is going on here? Why the fuck is this so choppy?
Common.
Is that on them? Oh, I think it's on them. Okay, I just think that's what the video is. 2 seconds.
All right, we are live. Welcome to Sozcast episode 49. If you're not familiar with what we do here, Sozcast is where finance meets romance. We're going to have a lot of fun today with our guests. Let me set the tone here on Valuetainment, the #1 channel in the world for entrepreneurs. Google it if you don't believe me, y'all. If you have not subscribed to Valuetainment or Valuetainment
Was it really choppy for like... Was it really that long choppy? Oh my God.
Money, Natalia, tell them what to do. I mean, can we do that for them?
Yes, guys. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share with your mom, your dad, your cousins, your friends.
Kids, your wives,
everybody
everyone.
you got.
Let them
make
know,
sure.
Natalia.
You guys, you're missing out if you're not. So make sure you guys subscribe.
Wow, I had no idea it was like this for 20 minutes. That is unbelievable. My viewership is so low right now. We only have 70 people in the house, too. Well, it looks like all that subscribership I'm doing is still not letting up on the old shadow ban. Oh, well. Let's just do it, right? I'm going to do it. You guys going to do it with me?
Thank you, Natalia. And Natalia's going to be managing the chats, the super chats. We're going to be doing a lot of questions today. Are you guys ready to answer some questions? Controversial topics? Amazing. If you're not familiar with what we do here on the Sozcast, shout out to our returning Valuetainers and friends and family out there that are watching. But if you're not familiar, my name is Adam Sozdik. My friends call me Soz. This is the Sozcast, and we're here to help men improve financially, their sexual market value, and win in life. One of the things we always say is we want to get you paid, we want to get you laid so you can do it your way. And we brought on an expert panel in getting paid and getting laid. I think so. Okay. So special guests on the show today. Let's start with the beautiful ladies first. Not that you're not a hot dude, brother, but MLD, you'll
I'm not
be
offended
next.
at all. I'm not
Monica,
offended.
how do you say your last name?
Holt. Yeah.
Holt. Monica
Yeah.
Holt, better known as Swedish Bella.
Yes, sir.
Content creator.
Yes.
OnlyFans.
Yes.
Massive on Instagram.
Damn, that is awful. I just fucking cannot believe it is this choppy. I didn't watch the beginning. I started watching from the middle. Unbelievable. Come on, Valuetainment. Are you fucking kidding me? Me and my goddamn plebcast with 75 viewers here, we don't even have choppy shit like this.
Yes.
Couple million followers.
Yes, sir.
What am I leaving out other than being
Nothing.
gorgeous and cool and fun and all that?
Thank you. Nothing. You're
That's
just,
it. I summed it up.
Anime Red Pill in the chat says, Rolo mentions it a ton how Adam defers to women during his show. Not sure why he does that. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to like keep it corporate and be like a good front and face man for Valuetainment. But yeah, I did notice that as well.
Yeah, you did.
That's
you
it,
did.
guys. The show's over.
The
We're
show's
done.
over. Bye.
See you next week.
MLD, better known as MLD.
Yeah.
My boy John, Modern Life Dating.
It's me.
Hot Dude Life. Okay, we're gonna get into some of that today. What we do here on the Sozcast. Shout out to and friends and out there that are watching.
Wow, I
Is
can't
Adam
believe it was
Sozdik
this bad.
This is the Soz. Prove financially their sexual market value and win in life. One of the things we want to get you paid, we want you laid so you can do it your way.
They reclipping it, eh?
Expert panel known as MLD. My boy John, Modern Life Dating.
It's me.
Hot Dude Life on if you don't know.
Follow me.
Dating coach that's helping men of all ages
Yeah.
improve in the sexual marketplace, right? And you live in Tokyo to be
Yes,
exact. I
Tokyo.
believe.
Yeah.
So-
Long flight to be here.
Oh.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
this is
I think I can't do it. I think I'm just going to skip ahead.
Men who want to change their life and come to me.
Okay, here we
you
go.
know, I don't know, yeah. Place, right? And you live in
Okay, looks like
Tokyo
it,
to be
Yes.
exact.
you guys say 15, 20 minutes. Looks like it clears up after a couple minutes.
I
Tokyo.
believe.
Yeah.
So-
Long flight to be here.
Oh.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
this is who we're bringing you guys out here, okay? By way of Arizona.
Yes.
visiting. Miami though, right?
And then I left. We lived in Orlando for 13 years, and then I left to.
Were interesting. I was basically, they call me whore. I don't know why they called me it, but
Who's
whatever.
they?
Like
Media?
the people in the comments, like social
Okay.
media, just
Yeah.
you know, general, and that I should be ashamed of myself and this and that.
For
you
what?
know?
For doing what?
For basically making money off of what I do and bringing other people into our relationship.
Well, let me ask you: are you going to change anything you do because some commentary
Hell
on
no.
social media?
I don't
Yeah.
care. They
All right,
don't.
so, you know.
Listen, this is if
Well,
you don't.
go like this, Monica. Just
Yeah.
just wipe it off. I don't know.
This is like if you don't fuck me, feed me, or finance me, you have no say in what I
Wow.
do. So
Fuck me, feed me, or finance
Finance
me.
me.
That's the
And then this is just so you know. So I want to show you guys like this is a chick. You have to understand when you get to a certain level of game, you view all women as the same. Like apparently she's pretty big dog. She has 2.4 million followers on Instagram. She's got the blue check, you know. But once you have good game and you know how to talk to women, all women are the same to you. You're gonna be like, oh, you know, like. You're not intimidated. You're not gonna get choked up if you see a celebrity or anything like that, right? So you're gonna see how I just nonchalantly talk to her and really just take control of the conversation multiple times, and I'm not afraid to, you know, just how can I say this in a non-dumb way? Like be myself in the good way. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, how do I put this? Like I was just okay to kind of take control of the conversation naturally. You'll see that. I did that when I was in the Fresh and Fit channel as well, when I was there with Mr. Lucario and Miles Cunningham on that one show that went pretty viral with the girl going crazy. So, yeah, let's take a look. Let's go back here. But this is her, Swedish Bella. She's a sweetheart. I like her a lot.
the 3 Fs right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So
Food's the easiest route. So.
yeah. And you know, I'd rather go with good food than somebody have tons of money. But that's me.
Food over money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
What?
weirdo like that. Yeah.
Because she's already bossed up.
What
Money-
about food
money-
over sex?
Probably. Yeah. No. At the same time, maybe. But
Well, you know, like the running joke with Ron Jeremy,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Oh, I
No.
know.
Here, the Ron Jeremy, legendary male porn star. Check out his work if you've never seen it, whatever. But well-endowed gentleman who allegedly could S his own D.
Ugh.
Gross, not a fan.
Yeah. No.
That's not my, you know, I don't know.
you don't roll like that.
But
No, that's disgusting. It's okay.
okay, exactly.
I think that's
It's
settled.
like,
He
we're
gained-
not talking about
He
that.
gained now he's doing some creepy stuff. He might be jail. No,
He's
but
in
he
jail,
gained a
actually.
lot of weight because he loved food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
to your point, he liked eating so much that he would rather,
Eat.
you know, eat
Oh.
his way out of being a sexual icon.
I thought you were saying he
Yeah.
was eating and having sex at the same
No,
time.
no, but I'm sure he's
Like that
done
episode of
I'm
Seinfeld
sure
with
that
George.
happened.
You ever see that
Oh,
episode?
yes,
George Costanza like eating and
Of course.
So
Sometimes he had the Crip notes on his hand.
and he put like the headphones and listen to the baseball game and be having sex and eating a sandwich.
Good old Costanza.
Oh, I love
Okay,
George.
so you're married. How long have you been married?
So
6 years.
you have
6 years.
accepted
Oh, that's
the
good.
truth.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay, so you get married at 32. How old is John?
John is 40. He turns 41.
Wow, he's lucky.
I mean, he's doing his thing.
40, like, and she's just renting him out. You gotta
Yeah.
go fuck these girls.
Yeah.
Well, you know, maybe you can give us some wisdom for the gentlemen out there how they
Oh,
can
yeah, of
pull
course.
something like that
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Let's get to know MLD, Modern Life Dating. That's what he goes by.
That's me.
Relationship status and how you make your money.
I'm seeing people, and so you know, I'm having a good life. I'm not out there like I used to be. Recently, I've been focusing more on the brand and expanding and stuff. I run something that is my bread and butter. It's called the Masculine Empowerment Network. Okay, and we
Shout out to my homies in the Masculine Empowerment Network. I was shouting you out on the show.
talk about the core four, which is important for every man.
Yep.
And I always say this, and you hear it often: make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. Money, muscles, game, frame. With those core four things, every man can have an above average life. And I've taken guys who are on the brink of homelessness, and over a period of 2 years, these guys are making 6 figures,
Oh, that's
turning their
amazing.
lives around, going literally, I had a guy in France who is a virgin living in his mother's basement, literally. And now,
Like the classic case of the guy, the basement dweller.
his name is Timothy. He has
Just putting him out there.
I'm not gonna say his
Yeah.
last
Okay.
name. There's a lot of French guys named Timothy.
His name is Timothy Chalamet. You might have heard
Shout
of
out
him.
to Timothy.
Yes.
But he turned his life around in 2 years.
I love Adam, but sometimes I just think he's so cringe.
Now he's making like 20,000 euros a month. He's working with this cryptocurrency team as their art director. He also works for a bunch of video game companies. I'm not going to name the names, but the big ones in France. We all know which one I'm talking about. But he's making a lot of money now, and he completely turned his life around. He has a girlfriend. He moved out. So that's what I focus on. Like I don't really care about. I know a lot of people right now in America are obsessed with like clout and followers and shit like that. I don't really care about that. All I care about is men who want to change their life and come to me and are willing to do the work to be the man that they want to be, not the man that society tells them to be, not that their mom tells them to be, that their dad tells them to be, so they can have that internal congruency, which is really attractive when you're dealing with girls too.
MLD, let me ask you. So let's use Timothy as a case example, and I know that his case is not everyone's situation, but like, what was his problem? And are there certain identifiable problems that most men that come to you have?
Yeah, it all roots down to what I call something called inner game, which is like your inner self-esteem, the inner conversation you have with yourself, which is formulated in your youth. In America and a lot of westernized countries right now, it is kind of standard for people to come from like a broken home, mom and dad arguing, like divorce, all this stuff that people in the West think is normal, but the majority of the world is not doing this stuff, So a lot of these guys have these broken belief systems, this deep-rooted insecurity that manifests itself in kind of bad ways, like addicted to porn, addicted to drugs, addicted to gambling, addicted to prostitutes, addicted to food. As we're in America, like every time I come back here, I'm like, everybody just keeps getting
What
fatter.
percentage of the people you deal with are American versus international?
That's a good question. I would say about probably 70% American and then 30% Canadian, Australian, Indian, Saudi.
Mostly English speaking.
Everything's done in English. But I have like a guy who bypassed the firewall in China to find me.
Wow,
Oh, wow.
that's not easy to do.
That's no.
I've interviewed people that run it's called the Firewall Cafe.
Oh, wow.
I went to something called the Freedom Forum with Gary Kasparov. Shout out to Gary Kasparov, the greatest chess player in the history of the world.
Oh, wow.
He runs something called, he's Russian, anti-Putin advocate. And he invited me down to the Freedom Forum. This was down in Miami last year. And they had a couple different avenues or classes, conversations that were taking place. Freedom being one of them. China being a major part of that. Human.
It's kind of boring. No offense to Adam. Thanks for having me on the show. But yeah, I noticed. I mean, I understand it's his show, but I don't know. I'm just gonna play this. I don't know. I appreciate the opportunity. I just think that. Does anybody else strike me as like? Does anybody else like feel like it's just doesn't flow as much with him? Is that just me? Is anybody even watching me? Is this thing on? Do I have one fan?
Human trafficking, and ironically, Bitcoin and crypto was a part of it, because a lot of
Hacking.
The worse your country gets, the more you need to take your money away from the government, right?
Yeah.
So not that we need to get onto that, but we're going to talk about the core four today. We're going to talk about your inner voice. We're going to talk
game.
inner game.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about relationships. But let's start with Monica. I've got
Yes.
some questions for you.
Yes, sir.
By the way, it's not going to be, all right, Monica, you talk, like conversation, have fun.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
And the lovely Natalia, who is a fan favorite for everybody. Everyone in the chat right now, if you've got a crush on Natalia, let her know right now.
Put a one in the chat. Put a
instead
one.
of that,
Put a one.
I like
Put a one in the
that.
chat.
Typical American chick, just like vying for attention. Like, oh, I was waiting for you guys to get around to talk about me. By the way, smash the like button, guys. Smash it. We got 100 plus in the house. Only 58 likes. We need it. We need it. We need it.
Go ahead.
No.
Go
Instead
ahead.
of that, give us some good, juicy questions.
Yes. Well, that was my
That's
next
it.
No,
point.
we got-
You want to hear something funny too? So they actually put up a clip of me and Natalia kind of going back and forth, right? On the Valuetainment Money YouTube channel. And the entire comment section was ripping her apart, and they fucking deleted the video. Can you believe that? I was like, guys, I've been in Miami. I had the Ferrari. Then I was in Turkey, and I was back in Tokyo. I've been traveling all over the world. We might be in Bogota next month. And it was just so funny because, I couldn't believe they just deleted the video like that. They tried their hardest to protect her. We'll go through the comments a little bit later, but in this, for example, you'll see the top one. Natalia gets super triggered about the man being the leader of the household. We can now confirm she's full-on feminist. The whole comment section is just going ham on her in regards to fucking just calling her out. You'll see she's a little insufferable. She gets more insufferable as the cast goes on.
Natalia's going to be managing the chat. Either tell Natalia how amazing she is or ask us some questions for Monica or MLD. We're going to be answering your questions throughout the episode. We're not going to wait till the very end. Natalia, tell you love her. Give us a little super chat. There it is. And let's go from there. Well, with that being said, Monica.
Yes.
Swedish Bella.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Bella. I saw your video. Natalia's going to pull this up. We've done our research on you. We're not just half-assing this and just, hey, welcome to the show. Tell us about yourself. We know you. We've seen your stuff. We've seen you on Instagram.
Yeah.
But this video right here, I had to discuss.
Yes.
Okay, and it's called "My Husband Controls My Life," and I love it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Really?
That's the way,
okay.
That's the way Jesus made it.
That's the way Jesus, God bless you, sir. So you said that 98.
And I knew this too. I knew when I was coming on this show, I knew that I was the side feature. I knew Miss Chick was 2.4 million subs, Adam's the host. And for me, in my mind, I was like, I'm showing up. I'm just having fun. I'm talking my shit. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want. And if they don't like me, they can throw me off. And if they get thrown off on live air, it's great television. But you could just see throughout the entire interview, it's really my interview. I really don't care. I'm having the time of my life. And I don't bow down to anybody. I'm not paying any respects to anybody. That's why when Natalia tried to go toe-to-toe with me, I was just like, listen, bitch, shut up, run the fucking super chats. Let me just tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. Let me do something what not a single man has done in your life, which is telling you shut the fuck up and listen because you're wrong. And you need to know why you're wrong, okay? Natalia, I tell you what, boys. After the show, and it was funny. I think she was a little turned on by a little back and forth. I think she was definitely, she wasn't talking shit after. And she was, we were hugging for the photos and everything after all these. Yeah, I don't know. I think girls like it when they meet a guy like me who fucking tell them what exactly is up and how to, kind of puts them in their place. It's refreshing because they want to be put in their place. They don't want to be in charge.
8% of your day revolves around your husband.
Yes.
He's more the assertive type. You're the more the submissive type. I don't think you guys are, objecting to that. There's no power struggle.
No.
You're good with that. You have what is known as a traditional marriage, not that very common these days, making a comeback, I feel. And he kind of makes the rules.
Yeah.
He makes the money. He takes care of the finances. He pays the bills. He plays the guitar.
Yes.
Whereas you're sort of the ideal housewife. You're doing the chores. You're doing the cooking. You're doing the cleaning. He's like pancakes. You're like, I got it. Done.
Yes.
Boom. Your job is also looking good, staying fit. Kudos to you. Job well done. But, all right, so the traditional marriage.
Yes.
But a lot of women, including a lot of your girlfriends, are basically saying, I don't get this a little bit. I'm not so sure that I agree with this. And they feel that you've lost your dignity as a woman. This is some of the words that some of these women have said.
Yes.
So what don't people understand about your traditional marriage? Break that down.
So for me, I come from a broken home. My mom and dad were divorced when I was 3, and then my mom met my stepdad, and my stepdad was amazing. He passed away though. But when she met my stepdad, they did have a traditional marriage. Even though he was my real dad, he did adopt me. So, but I feel like I love pleasing men, and I love pleasing the person I'm with.
She was super, super feminine. What you'll notice in this podcast as well, right, is you'll notice that she starts to submit to my frame pretty quickly. There's a slight I don't want to say power struggle between me and Adam, but there's like, you know, we're obviously two men, and then you could see as the interview goes on, she consistently like gets under my frame, under my umbrella, if you will, and starts backing me up. Like, yeah, he's right, 100%. I support you. I support you. You'll see it here.
I am a giver, so it works well for me. And I'm also not, I am very, I would say I am not a sub in work life, but I am a sub in love life, if that makes sense.
Sub meaning a submissive?
Yes, a submissive.
Okay, so you're saying you're not a sub work life.
Yeah.
But in your home life?
Yes.
How do you balance the two?
She's boss babe at work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gets her hair done.
Can
She's
you
like, what do you
flip
want me
the
to do?
light switch? All right,
Yeah, I
boss
can.
time. All right, babe time.
It's because when I work or when I do stuff, because it's I don't only do OnlyFans. I actually have a Future of Exclusivity. It's a company that helps to manage girls models with brand deals and stuff. So I do work for that company during the day, and I do my OnlyFans stuff. So not being in a bossy position when you're at home with your husband is actually nice, when somebody's taking care of you and makes all the decisions, and you don't have.
BC Gaming's in the chat, says, John, I have a question. Who made the suit for you? So the suit I'm wearing in this is custom tailored. I went to the tailor, I selected the material, and they custom made the suit from scratch for me. So I got that going for me. By the way, smash the like button. We got 127 in the house, 81 likes. Smash the like. Let's go.
Have to care, which it kind of says a little bit lazy, but I like it.
It's not lazy. Why is that lazy to take care of somebody you love?
Yeah, no, that's not. I didn't mean that was lazy. I just mean that, you know, it's just nice when somebody makes decisions for you.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to finance or when it comes to paying stuff and stuff like that. I just like it. And I also like a dude that's a little bit bossy, especially when it comes to, you know, having sex and stuff.
Yeah.
I like
Just
it
the
rough.
sex stuff, or just in?
I think it's in
life?
general.
Well, when it comes to our bedroom, I like it rough. But you know, in
Sexy.
regular life when we're together, I like when he picks out my stuff, or you know.
I saw he picks out your outfits, tells you what to wear.
Yeah, and I love that because
Really?
I know that.
I came here ready to fight, but I love her already.
You thought you'd be fighting with her.
Because my friend, you know, my audience is like, oh, you know, this girl she does this and that. I was like, what? I don't know. I didn't know who you were, but everything I hear, I'm like, wow, I co-signed
So this
this.
is the type of relationship you would want in your life.
This is the relationship I have.
You're like, wow, I got that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, good
you
for
know,
you.
and if he picks something up for me or buys something for me, I know. You know,
And boys, that's the way it should be. Listen, a lot of you guys are like, you want to learn how to have girls in your life, and you know, you want to approach, you want to get pussy, but eventually you're going to want to learn how to retain them, because that's people's biggest problem in life is retention, right? That being said, with this situation here, this is the ideal. You want a woman that's going to be wanting to submit to you, who's going to want to be in your frame, who's going to want to take care of you, who's going to want to report to you. You don't want a woman that's bossy. You don't want a woman that's argumentative. You don't want a woman that questions everything you do. None of that nonsense. You want a good woman who is ready to help and serve, a helpmate, like they say in the good old book.
you know, I feel sexy for him because I know that's what he likes, and I like it because I know he's attracted to me. So, you know, being a female and being like, oh, I don't care what my man says, I'm going to do what I want, this and that. But the problem here is that when a girl is like that all the time, the dude will be like, you know,
It's
I
annoying.
don't know. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would
Why
say
the
it's
fuck would
annoying.
you want to come home to that shit?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you go out and fight the world all day, and you come home and you have some fucking in
Yeah.
the front door. Like, why am I doing all this?
Yeah,
you, know what I
you
mean?
don't want that. You don't want to have any of that.
Were you ever that way? Did you learn the hard way? Like, did you ever have a situation where you were dating a guy? You said you've been with your husband 6 years.
Yes.
You dated how long before that?
My ex was 11 years.
Okay,
and I
so
only had
that-
two long-term relationships.
Which channel is Horsha on? A moderator on? Is she on Rolla's channel with the wrench? BJ Tucker. Oh, is that? Oh, okay. I know who that is. Is she a mod on Rolla's channel? No way. No way. I'm gonna have to take Rolo behind the barn and shoot him.
Relationships.
Well, you've had other situations. I mean,
I've dated,
Okay.
but that's
But
I'm raised
did
Catholic.
you learn the hard way? Meaning, the guy was like, "Listen, Monica, I've been working my ass off all day. Will you just stop it? Just go
No.
make me a sandwich." You're like, "I would never." So you've always.
I've
been the
always been like
submissive
this.
type.
Yeah.
I want
I've
to know
always
how.
been like those.
I want to know how you came to that conclusion, because a lot of girls take like your lifestyle as like an offensive thing to say.
Yeah. My mom, she is a raging narcissist, by the way.
Your mom.
So yeah. So we don't.
And this kind of all ties into like why Bella does the porn and all that stuff, because she had an extremely traumatic childhood and upbringing, which is, she's working through it, and she's obviously got herself a good situation now. And she's a sweetheart, man. If at any point during this breakdown that I'm doing, it comes off like I'm talking shit about this woman or I'm belittling her, that is not the case whatsoever. I fucking loved this chick. She was so cool. She was so warm. She was so loving. She was so down to earth. I fucking loved. I have her phone number. Like she was like, "Come on, let's go have dinner." And I was like, "Oh, sorry, I got the Ferrari. I'm gonna go fucking rip it up and down the I-95. But I'll catch you next time in town, baby."
We don't
Shout
talk.
out to your mom. You're
Yeah.
doing great, by the way. Keep it up.
Yeah. She hates me. She literally hates
you.
me. Oh yeah, hates
Your mom
me.
hates
Is
you.
she
Yeah,
legit NPD?
Yeah, she is also bipolar. She hates me. Like
Those are
she hates me a
synonymous.
lot. And also,
Hate's a strong word.
is a
Monica.
strong word.
well, she has said it. So
Oh,
I,
well, that's just.
There's not much to.
And this is just, your parents can hurt you in a very, very long term kind of way. And this is a 38-year-old woman talking about her parents hating her. And, I could sense she's hurting too. And that's why I was sweet and being nice to her, She's a real sweet girl, man. I love Monica. She's a sweetheart.
she is also bipolar. She hates me. Like
Those
she
are
hates me a
synonymous.
lot. And also,
Hate's a strong word.
is a
Monica.
strong word.
well, she has said it. So
Oh, well, that's just.
There's not much to hate.
well, she does. She probably hates 99% of the people around her. So
Okay.
I
Oh,
don't feel
gotcha.
special.
She's an outlier. It's
Yeah.
okay.
So your mom's a hater.
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
But she always taught me this, that a woman should take care of her man and be cute always. And not be fat, because nobody wants a fat wife.
It's true.
Exactly.
Damn. So
Well, I'm not. That's not my words.
Yeah.
People choose to be with who they want to be,
But
and
there's
whatever. But
there's no upside to being fat. I mean, it's killing you. Let's just be honest.
yeah, that is true.
Is
That
we
is
not
true.
allowed to say that?
hey, say what you want to say.
Deny
So
reality
are,
here.
are you saying that Lizzo's not killing the game, being hot?
She's killing her cholesterol level.
Damn.
Boom.
Mic drop. Put down the sodium. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have a bad relationship with your mom. You have
Yeah.
a great relationship with your
Yes.
husband.
Yeah.
OnlyFans off the charts, doing
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, you have good girlfriends?
I do.
You have a lot of
Yeah.
good girlfriends?
No, I have a
You don't.
small
You've got a
amount.
close circle?
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Very
I
close.
bet.
Talk to the ladies out there. Talk to your girlfriends out there. What, like, I assume you have friends that are like, I agree with you, Monica. I want to please my man. I'm more of the housewife role. I assume you have friends, or at least people you run into, that are more of the boss babe, feminist. I
Yeah,
would never talk to those two sectors out there. Like, what are the feminists not getting, and why embrace the housewife life?
I like the housewife life because I like cooking and I like cleaning. And I like doing all those things. So I do it because I like it, and I also do it because I do want to have a good relationship. And people are like, "Well, what are you trying to do?" I'm like, "I'm not trying to do anything. This is who I am. I'm not trying or putting on an act or whatever."
This comes very natural.
Yeah,
to you.
this is what I like doing.
This is the one good thing you learned from your mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I got something with me from her.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I like doing it. What I would say to the women who don't like doing it, okay, you don't have to do anything you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you shouldn't be forcing yourself to be a good spouse. But I also feel like if you're forcing yourself to be a good spouse, maybe you're not in the right relationship. Because if you don't feel like doing good things for your man, you shouldn't be with that guy, because either he's bringing out the bad in you, or you're just not compatible because you don't have this wish to please him or do good things for him. And that's what when people get confused, because they think that, well, I don't want to do this for my man. Like, and when you ask them why, oh, because, oh, he does this and that, and he's like this or he's like that. And I'm like, why are you with him then?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
And what do they respond with?
Well, either that he has a lot of money, or he's good in bed, or he's a good-looking dude, or I've settled. You know.
Well,
Like there's a better deal out there for her.
Yeah.
so what do you process all this?
So I agree
Like,
with
you
that.
thought you were going to come here and have an issue with this pretty lady.
Not really.
Next thing you know, you're like down on one knee being like, I wish you were married already.
Definitely not on one knee. No. Okay. No, I would agree with everything she said, but I slightly disagree, and not in an offensive way, but like with if you don't feel like doing something for your partner, like relationships and love isn't based upon your feelings. It is based upon making a decision to take care of this person. That's real love. Love about feelings and all this Disney shit, that's not fucking real. I mean, yeah, you feel it and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But the reality is you're tested with your loyalty in relationship when shit's bad and you don't want to do the right thing. You know what I mean? It's the equivalent of a woman stop taking care of her man, like, you know, cooking, cleaning around the house, whatever the case may be, is the equivalent of a guy being like, you know what? I'm going to quit my job and just stay home and play video games. The girls be like, what are you doing? Like, that's not part of the deal.
Yeah, I agree.
So they need to uphold their end of the deal, and men need to uphold their end of the deal. Both sides need accountability, and both sides need to grow the fuck up. Because a lot of people have these deluded ideas of relationships. They think that it's going to be the most perfect, flawless thing. And if I'm not having the most perfect, flawless relationship, then he's not the one for me. And then you have the girls fucking lying to each other, jerking each other off, saying like, oh, you deserve better, girl.
Yeah.
You're smart. You're independent. You're the best. Meanwhile, she's getting older. And listen, it's not a secret. As you get older as a woman, your options, they go down. It's,
Yeah,
like,
for
it's,
sure.
it's bottom line.
You lose your sexual
And it's
market value.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, listen, bro, come on. Fucking 18 to 23 to 33 to 34.
Yeah.
You know, there's a big difference in what's going on with her and the amount of attention she gets. But I think a lot of people have a very immature, idealized versions of relationships in their mind. But you have to work through conflict with your friendships, with your family. Why would a relationship not be anything different from that? I'm not saying you guys are like fighting every single day and you have to work through it. But you're two imperfect people coming together. There's going to be problems, inevitably. And there's nothing wrong with you. You're not a freak. You're not a monster because this is happening. It's just normal. You got to work through this shit. But I think a lot of people give up. We have a culture. I mean, people don't even wait 7 seconds for a website to load these days.
Yeah.
You know?
The sexual market value, let me kind of...
That was such like rapid fire data, just like bombarding them with nothing but facts, like in an extremely coherent way. I'm very proud of myself. What would you guys rate that rant right there? I would give it, personally, I would give that rant like a 7.7 out of 10, being critical on myself. Go ahead, rate me in the chat.
push back a little bit, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you want to have kids?
Yeah.
You
I
do?
Yeah.
And you said you're 37.
Yeah, I'm 38.
38. Okay. So here's a lady that looks great for 38.
Looks great in general.
Exactly. In general. Correct.
you.
Correct. On the sexual market value spectrum, she's quote unquote not in her prime.
Shut up and take my money.
All right. Listen, I live in South Beach. I party with the best of them. I date a 21-year-old. I'll date a 41, whatever. But like, I want to have kids. I want to marry. I want to get settled down. Like, there's women I meet who are in the...
I think he's trying to save face there by saying, I'll date an old lady, I'll date a young lady. Like, I mean, yeah, I think by date maybe bang, but I think he kind of leans into the truth here by saying like, but I prefer this younger chick. BJ Tucker, $10 super chat. Godspeed, you Black Emperor. You're a real one, John. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. And the donation right there. I'll give you a wow. Thanks. I'm dragging ass a little bit today, guys. I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm tired. I've been up since this morning going. I did a bunch of coaching. I didn't sleep a lot. Still recovering from the surgery. So I'm sorry if I'm not bouncing off the walls, but I'm just showing up to show up. So let's get it going.
in their mid-30s. I'm like, awesome. You look great. Amazing. But I'm thinking, all right, I'm in my early 40s. If I end up with this woman, I want to, like, I know that I want to have kids. Some guys don't want to
Baby's going to be retarded. Just say it.
have kids. I know that I want to settle down. So, like, but also I'll meet a 21-year-old where I'm like, yeah, you're hot. But, like, I'm not taking, like,
Why not?
Because at some point you're going to want to have conversations and have dialogue. And, like, it's not just about, oh, you're hot.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
more
yeah.
to
Yeah.
it.
But I don't think age has
You
anything to do with
disagree?
that. I don't think age has anything to do with it.
Of course it does, bro.
But
What are you
have you-
talking about? If you're 21 and in a sorority, I don't give a shit how smart you are.
Have you ever
You don't
met
know
a-
what you're doing.
Have you ever met a 22-year-old that you actually have anything in common with? Like, what? If you met a 22-year-old right now, you probably not have much to talk about.
I have a pretty good conversation.
He's like, nope.
They're not gonna talk me out of being in a relationship with a fucking young hot girl, dude. Are you kidding me? No. Like, I don't know. Maybe Adam doesn't know how to relate. I can relate to pretty much anybody, but bro, I'm not gonna just be like, oh, you're 21 and we really don't have much to talk about. That's the thing. Like, you see, they're looking at relationships more from like a Western perspective. I look at it from more of an Eastern perspective, as she's the woman and she's going to come into my life and start working. 21 years old, I don't give a fuck how old you are, because those dishes are going to be washed by you no matter how old you are, lady. Like, you know, you're 28, 27, 31, 21, you're still washing the dishes, you're still cooking, you're still cleaning, we're still having sex, right? I mean, what do we really need to talk about? She's going to be, like, the younger she is, like, the more of like an impact I can have on her life in a positive way. It'll be beneficial for both of us. And it'll be more stimulating for her as well, too, to be with like an older man who's more seasoned, who can like show her a bunch of things that she's never seen before. So I don't know. I definitely 100% disagree with Adam here on that one.
Stand my ground on this one.
If she's 22, I'm going to make it happen.
I'm with you on that to a certain extent. Dude, I'll talk to a wall. A log, how you doing, buddy? All right, great. I'm a wall, dude. I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll carry this for the both of us. So believe me, I can deal with the 22-year-old.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Cody Mouse says it perfectly, and I think he's working under Patrick at Value Team. He says Adam is too politically correct, and I think that's why the flow is off. He tries to cool off the hot takes, not to alienate his audience. Yeah, and the people who watch like money-based shit are all a bunch of old fucking boomers who are boring as shit. So I mean, I can understand why he's trying to hose down the hot takes.
it goes beyond that, bro. It's like, okay, we're going to a wedding, we're going to a business dinner, we're going to an event. Mm-hmm. And like, there's more to it. And I know that, don't listen to what other people say. It's like, if you're a 40-year-old man and you show up with a 22-year-old girl to a proper business dinner, that might be, you might get some different looks. And again, if you're comfortable with it,
I'm okay.
You're totally okay with
If
it.
I love the chick, I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Oh, now you're talking. You're using the L word, brother. Nobody was using the L word in this entire.
If I really like her, why? Like, well, I don't know. I hate living in the prison of other people's opinion. I don't give a fucking
I'm with
shit.
you on that.
I don't give a shit. You don't like me? Sayonara. Go find another friend. Go find somebody who's dating an old woman. If that's gonna be the make or break thing. But I really don't give a shit at all. My girl, she's 8 years younger than me. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And I love being with her. She's 28. I'm 36. And we have awesome conversations. We travel. We do all these great things together.
So what do you think is
We have sex on the sofa.
the ideal age difference?
They say 8 years.
They say half your age plus 7.
That's storytelling bullshit. I'm talking like studies and stuff. Say like ideally the age gap. Yeah, when the man is 8 years older than the woman.
But that at a certain age, how does that work? Meaning, like, if you're 21, you're not dating a fucking 14-year-old.
No, that's gross.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
That wasn't
weird.
going in that direction
but
at all.
Okay, if you're 30, you should date a 22-year-old.
See, it's little things like that. I'm just like, are you trying to reestablish dominance, or are you just missing context? Like what? Like where did we get into the situation where she's 10 and I'm 18 and that's the fucking age gap? You're like, it makes no sense. I don't know what he was even doing there. Kind of out of touch with the conversation. And I just think it was kind of like I think he's trying to take back control of the dialogue. But for me, I'm just naturally kind of a person that takes lead of the conversation, takes lead of social situations. That's how I am. That's like, that's a very alpha kind of tendency as well. Very, based in leadership. But that was kind of really weird. I don't get it at all.
So
yeah.
if you're 36, your girl's 28, you said?
Yeah,
All right,
that's
perfect.
pretty good.
So
right?
you've got a 3-year age gap?
Yes.
That's
I
great.
had a 10-year age gap with my ex.
Yeah.
So
I had a 15-year gap with my ex.
Yeah.
And it's
She
been
was
happening.
55.
Yeah, there you
No,
go.
I'm just kidding. She was younger. She was 25.
I like
You
it.
pop the dentures out during
Natalia,
sex.
best, what's the ideal age gap for you? You're 24, 25? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Older, I would say like 8 to 10 years. That's 2.
Shout out to the
max.
35, 36-year-olds out
Nice,
there.
yeah.
Don't get any ideas, buddy.
It just really depends because each person's different. I've met people who are older and really immature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I met those
and I'm
people.
like, you're
Yeah.
not how I would think someone your age would act. So it's really just depends on the person. I've also met people who are young and are pretty mature. What they lack in is in like in experience in
Yeah.
life. Like that's where they don't really have much like
Insight.
yeah. But then you can kind of, use the other person's insight to your advantage to kind of, guide your way through. But again, I think it's just maturity, how they grew up, morals. There has to be like more to it. It can't just be like, oh, you're 18, like you're hot. Like
I do think that there
Get
is
married.
something about a relationship where the man has more experience, whether that's in
Yeah.
the business world or in
Yeah.
the bedroom or in the boardroom, wherever. And they're like, just come along, baby. I got you. Follow my
Yeah.
lead. And the girl's like, okay.
Bro, that is why women love the song by Aladdin when he's like, I can show you the world. Women want like a tall, handsome, experienced, ideally rich gentleman to take them on an adventure and show them the world. Like that's every chick around the world wants that. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about that. And they find safety and security in that man. That's their ideal relationship partner.
When you're the same age and like the women's already been there, done that, it's not as appealing, I feel. You think so?
Yeah, those kind of girls are typically jaded anyways. They're probably the ones that are clawing at her.
Yeah.
The experienced girls, I would think
I don't know.
I would say your friends that are like, not really supportive of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Are they happy people in their personal lives?
I mean, to be honest, the close friends I have now, they're all in the lifestyle. So they're all of them.
In the lifestyle.
Yeah,
is
or-
that,
or
is that,
swi-
is
yeah,
that
just
OnlyFans? Is that what is that?
OnlyFans swingers, they're all.
And how does that work? You and your husband are okay to be with other people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just something we discuss, if, is this girl okay or blah, blah, blah. We of course discuss it. It's not like he goes out and then comes home. Oh, by the way, I banged the neighbor.
Yeah. Well, I actually want to understand this fully because as much as you have a traditional relationship,
Yes.
this is very non-traditional.
That's
Monica,
not traditional.
right?
Yeah,
At all,
that's very
whatsoever.
non-traditional, yeah.
So how does that work? What are the rules of the game? Your husband is allowed to have sex with other women.
Yes.
But you're not.
It's not that I'm not allowed. I kind of didn't want because.
Okay, I was under the impression that you can sleep with other men if you want to.
Yeah, so if I want to, yes.
Okay.
But I just haven't met anybody that I'm a girl that goes off personality a lot. And I kind of have to click with you personality wise as well because you're hot. It's not a turn on for me. Okay, you have tons of money.
For another guy, you're saying.
Yeah, it's
But
like,
where does the jealousy factor come in
I
on
don't-
both sides? Hear me out.
yeah, okay.
Or do you get jealous? The first point. Do you get jealous of your husband with what he's doing?
No.
And also, no. Period. There's no
Period.
even. There,
No.
Okay, but if your husband just saw you chatting up some dude, when you said I have to feel comfortable with the guy, I need like his
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
personality, that means you're going to be spending time with the guy
Yeah.
at a bar, having a drink, getting to know them. There's no jealousy from your
I
husband.
mean-
By the way, I've seen your husband's a pretty big dude. How big
Yeah.
is he?
He's 6'2".
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he works out.
Yeah.
I think that's
Okay.
him there. He's a
Yeah,
beast.
he's
Yeah.
sort of a beast. So there's no jealousy on his end?
No, he's what?
I think that's the natural way, like the ideal relationship should be for men. Okay. Here's what I think. Let me go back. I think this is the way it is, and this is the way I like it. The ideal relationship is the man has open access to bang and sleep with whoever he wants, and that his main woman is only allowed to sleep with him. And if she steps out and sleeps with someone else, she has violated the agreement, the trust has gone down, and she's lost her position as main chick. I think that is what would make most men happy in relationships. But honestly, I think there's a lot of guys who would just be happy with one chick. I'll be honest. This year I've been focusing more on business. This is the year that I've slept with like the lowest amount of new chicks. And I am very happy. I'm very content. I've been focusing on, more on fitness and growing the business and diversifying income streams and traveling and having a good time. I'm very content, but I've also had sex with like literally 200 plus women. So I've gotten it out of my system. And I think part of the allure of men constantly chasing pussy is like the mystery of it all. Like, it's such a thrill because they guys don't really know what they're doing. They really can't quantify their actions into something that will absolutely lead to sex. Whereas I know exactly if I do XYZ, I'm going to get sex. It's that simple. Once you understand the code in the matrix, the game becomes boring. And that's why I think I'm kind of where I am now. I'm really in a position now, I got 2 girls, main girls, and a straggler here and there. And I'm happy with both of them. And they both know about each other. And life is good. And I think that with the average man, I think that they are either going to be happy with one chick or with the option to sample on the side. But the moment she steps out, it's fucking treason. And I will go as far as say, I'm pretty sure chicks when they're out sleeping around are fucking miserable. They're not programmed for it. It's like it's not nature. And fuck science, fuck studies, fuck everything. You know what makes me know that I'm right? Because I feel internal disgust when I even think about them doing that shit. I'm genetically repulsed by it. Just like when I see a fucking crocodile and I'm like, hey, my genes are like, stay away from that thing because it'll fucking kill you. Same thing with the chicks and sleeping around. I'm not about that life. I don't like it. I don't approve of it. And I really don't think it's the way.
Well, we both say that, listen, if we wanted to leave each other for somebody else, we would have left by this point.
Right.
I mean, he has been with so many other women that if he would find our relationship not boring or not enough for him or whatever it is, he would have left, and that's fine.
Why the hell would he leave? He gets his cake and gets to eat it too.
I know.
It'd be the dumbest decision ever.
But still, just because you're the perfect wife or you have a magical coochie or there is something else to you, it doesn't mean that the dude can't find somebody better
coochie.
or more magical.
Yeah, so that's okay. So with that being said, I don't know what would make me more upset if I found out my girl had sex and I found it after the fact, or I walk in and there's my girlfriend, wife, just chatting it up with a guy at the bar. They're cozying up.
But
that would not sit well with me.
That is not okay with me. That's
not okay, right?
Absolutely haram. No.
So, so
you went there.
No,
so
absolutely
process
not.
this, like what she's saying. Is there part of it that you agree with and you disagree with?
So here's why.
Break that down.
I agree with the guy being able to do his thing, but I don't think it's natural. I don't think chicks want to go have sex with a lot of guys.
There it is.
Like men do. It's not normal. Like that. America is really weird. Okay, America is hyper sexualized as a culture.
For sure.
It's really, really fucking weird, man.
You think America is more sexual?
And you see how you can already see like Bella is starting to jump into my frame here. She's like, for sure, I agree. She's co-signing on everything I have there.
Sexualized than other places in the world, Sweden, Japan, every place has you been?
100%.
Yes,
Really?
100%.
Hyper
More than
sexualized.
Sweden,
Hyper sexualized. It's very, dude. It's almost like Sodom and Gomorrah here. Like But back to her point, I personally don't believe if a woman truly loves her man, like clearly Monica loves John.
Yeah.
Right. That just doesn't.
No.
That doesn't come up. Like, when was the last time you were with another guy? If you don't, or like, has it been years or?
Not since
hours or?
Well, I do. Well,
not for
7
work.
years ago. Then never, like never. Well,
Okay, so
when
the answer is you don't sleep with other men.
No, I don't.
Okay.
This is the way it's supposed to be. This
But
is
you
the way it's
said you
supposed to be.
could.
I could. I have that freedom to do it.
Bullshit.
See, right there. She just said it right there. When a woman is really in love with you guys, she's not looking at other men. She's not texting other guys. She's not texting people in secret. She's not keeping in touch with her ex-boyfriends. If she really loves you, she has no fucking place in her heart for another man. Okay? Not at all. if she's like, you know, a godless little devil, she's a little Jezebel, and, you know, she's, you know, been fucked by a bunch of dudes, and she's just like has no morals, and she has no integrity and no, like, you know, judgment of herself as a good person, then yeah, she'll do whatever the fuck she wants, and she doesn't care if she loves you or not. And that kind of woman is just going to be a chaotic person that you're not going to want to start a relationship with. It's going to be a lot of fucking headaches. It's going to be a lot of trouble. You're going to be second guessing the relationship the entire time. It's going to be stressful. It's going to be draining. You know, you're just not going to want to be with that kind of chick. I've done it before, and it's fucking hell. Okay. But when a woman is like truly down for you, when a woman is truly in love with you, and she hasn't had the decency fucked out of her by a bunch of other men, bro, she's not going to want to step out. She's not. It's just not how females are.
You don't have the freedom because you've never done it.
Because I haven't
Don't
found
ruin
the
their
person.
marriage.
I'm not
Don't
ruining
ruin
the marriage. The marriage is not going to
no.
ruin my little comment over
Are you
here.
saying
you know-
that because maybe your husband, maybe you haven't been in the situation to
Shut up, Natalia.
see how your husband reacts? Because you may
probably.
not know. Like, he may say that, and then he's like, wow.
Bingo.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so.
I agree with that to an extent.
Yeah.
I
You're-
can't
you're-
handle it. I fucking
Yeah,
lose it.
your husband is a
Yeah, he's
alpha
like-
macho dude.
Yeah, he is.
Looks like it.
Do you guys not have this conversation?
We
like,
do.
when's the last time you were like, "Hey, hun, I met this guy."
Never.
Okay, that's my fucking point.
I love
Yes,
it.
That's
I
not
don't know
coming
if
up.
you can say that.
So
Damn it.
you know what it is? And shout out to you, John. He's got the mind control. He's meaning like, yeah, I do what I want, and sure, you could do whatever you want.
There it
But I
is.
know you ain't going nowhere
Yeah.
because John's gonna get upset, and we don't want to get John upset.
No, for me it's like this. I would probably, if I ever had sex with another dude, it would probably be somebody we already know.
Yeah.
You know, somebody who is close to us, married with somebody else.
That's the majority of affairs come from. It's come from a woman who is somebody who the woman knows. If she's gonna cheat, or she's gonna step out, or if she's gonna do something naughty, it's gonna be with somebody she kind of already knows. So she's not gonna typically go out and source somebody new. For a man, he's gonna go out and just source somebody new. A man will pretty much fuck whatever. Right, but a woman, if she's gonna step out or do something like that, it's gonna be somebody from work. It's gonna be somebody she's kind of had her eyes on for a while.
Oh
you
my
know.
god, I feel like that's the worst way to go.
That's typically
now
how
you want to see the buddy at the birthday party that you just banged the husband?
that's typically how infidelity goes. It's somebody close that they know.
Yeah.
For females, guys are just like, who's this fucking random drunk 23-year-old? Come here.
Yeah, I have,
Okay, you got a nice ass.
I
Let's
have
go.
an aunt, okay, family member, where she was married, and their best friends are married. Swap. They just swapped out husbands and wives. That's it, because they were best friends. They would go out.
Final deal? Like, here.
Deal done. They're
Walk away?
They're all remarried. Done. I mean, it wasn't like a trade. Like it's like a
Yeah.
LeBron for Kevin Durant trade. It was.
It's like Bitcoin and Ethereum.
They were cheating. There's infidelity going on. Don't tell the wife.
okay.
Don't tell the husband. Next thing you know, now they're both
Like,
together.
for me-
but so that would be a bigger concern of mine.
I don't cheat for two reasons. One, I am a really bad liar. Like horrible. If you look at me and I'm trying to say a lie, I'm like, oh, never mind. Fuck
I
it.
did it. I fucked him.
I fucked up. Like, I just can't. And
Yeah.
second of all, it takes too long. It takes time out of my day. I don't have time for it. I don't have
It's-
time. I
it
don't have
stresses
interest.
you.
I'm like, fuck it.
It stresses you out.
If I want to cheat, I might as well leave my marriage and do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to be running around, text like this. I just don't have the time or the energy.
Let me ask
Yeah.
you, what does
do
your
it.
husband do for work?
He is a personal trainer.
Personal trainer,
Yeah,
but he
and
also
and
does
he plays
OnlyFans.
guitar. Yeah, and he does OnlyFans.
Where does he make all his money? Is it mostly OnlyFans?
It's both
Okay.
training and OnlyFans.
Was there ever a point in your guys' marriage where he wasn't bringing home the bacon?
Yes.
And how did that work? Because like everything you're saying, the sex, the great, it's life, I love him, but like
It was
at some-
hard. It was
Okay.
hard.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
For a long period of time. Well, it wasn't a long period of time, but
How long?
enough. 2 years.
That's
Okay.
long.
Yeah, I was the main breadwinner.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what? I would not undo it because it has taken our relationship to where it is today. I wouldn't undo it, and I don't blame anybody for not being the breadwinner or a man not making money.
I do.
But but as a woman, it is very hard.
They're both like trying so hard to be politically correct, and I'm just here, Mr. Zero Fucks Given. You know, because I don't give a shit. I think the man should be the breadwinner. I think the woman should stay the fuck home, because I think that's usually how it works out best. Let's see. What are my sources? Pretty much everything since the dawn of human civilization. We've only recently strayed away from that model, and look at that. Everybody's fucking miserable.
Hard because on top of everything and your emotions and everything being a woman, on top of that, you also have to go out and make the money.
For you guys listening only, I put a poll in the chat, okay? And the poll says, which is better, sleeping with a bunch of sluts or good sex and love with one good woman? Go ahead and vote. We have 48 votes in the house so far. 29% of you said sleeping with a bunch of sluts is what you want to do. And 71% of you says good sex and love with one good woman. Yeah, with the option to step out.
Yeah.
Which is very hard.
What was the most difficult conversation? Like in the throes of the depths of despair of
Even
2
them
years.
having to confront the man is like, oh,
Yeah,
exactly.
I can't
No,
have to do
I
this.
didn't have an issue with it. I literally, what changed was the pandemic.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't really the pandemic. I kind of went and said, listen, this is my OnlyFans. I can't run it myself. I have 600 unread messages on there. This was like in the beginning. Can you help me at least like make a daily schedule for me, you know, stuff, so I can just concentrate on answering my messages.
This is when you were crushing it with OnlyFans and he was unemployed or not working at the time.
So what happened was he became a personal trainer, right?
Yeah.
The pandemic happened
Lockdown,
and he lost his job.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because like all the equinoxes closed and he wasn't out of the job, but he could come back with all the masks, all the everything, you know.
Yeah.
And he was like, I just don't want to do it because it's just too hard.
So the bottom line is you had to have a difficult conversation with him.
Yeah,
600 unread messages. I need you here, buddy.
Yeah, so I was like, can you just help me with my other social medias? Like, can you help me maybe do a daily schedule for me, or help me take pictures, help me film, help me edit?
Yeah.
So
Be a team player.
Yeah, exactly. So I can just take over and answer my 600 unread messages. Because on top of the 600 unread messages, I had to do the filming, the editing, the posting, like everything, plus going to the club and
Why aren't
dancing.
you outsourcing?
Because so I still want to run my own OnlyFans. I want it to be me answering the messages. I want it to be me posting my stuff. I didn't want anybody else to do it because that's just not personal. But if somebody could help me with everything around
So now
it,
it's your husband responding to other guys on OnlyFans.
oh no, God, no.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, brother, how are you? Doing great, bro. What
Hey,
you
bro.
do?
No, he has his own OnlyFans for that. He's
When
not,
did he start that?
his own OnlyFans? He started that probably a year ago. Yeah.
Saz, let me ask you something,
Yeah.
though. For me, if I'm not the main breadwinner, that eats me up.
It
Yeah.
probably did. I mean, I'm
I'm not discrediting him, but I'm just saying, is that for you too?
Well,
Like-
this is the laws of hypergamy, right? I mean, this is like, all right. No, I've never dated a girl that has made more than me. It
Right.
hasn't happened. And when given those opportunities, like for instance, some guy was like, a buddy of mine was like, I want to connect you with this girl. She's like the biggest realtor in Miami. I think you guys will hit it off. I looked at her. I was like, yeah, I don't. Number one, I wasn't that attracted to her. Okay, I guess here's the answer to the question. If I was super attracted to her, I don't care if she was the worst realtor in Miami or the best realtor.
Yeah.
But the fact that I was like marginally attracted to her, it did nothing for me that she's some big time realtor. Nothing. It would have actually annoyed me.
yeah, exactly. You know,
Is this hypergamy or where are you going with this?
I mean, fuck hypergamy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general, like as a man, like, okay, I'll tell you a story. In 2018, I quit my corporate job in Tokyo to go full time on YouTube and launch my business. And it was fucking hard, right? It was really bad. I remember one time I went to the beach with my girlfriend and I couldn't buy the $40 dinner. I just didn't have $40. And she was like,
this is in 2018?
2018.
Okay, so things have turned around since the pandemic for you, buddy.
wow.
Slightly.
Good for you.
So, but dude, that shit burned into me for like months. The fact that she had paid 40, and it's not that, and she wasn't like, oh, here you are, you loser. She was totally sweet, kind, loving, one of the best girls I've ever been with in my life. But as a man, just for me personally, like, I cannot not be the breadwinner. That's just me personally. And I talk to my guys too. Like, dude, it's awesome to be the fucking boss. And girls love it. Like, we have a, she's like telling you right here, like, she loves serving her man. She loves him being in charge. And that's what a lot of power dynamics in the United States are like, wrecking relationships, because they're telling men, oh, like, you need to be more feminine, you need to be in touch with your feminine side. It's okay to be a stay-at-home dad. And then the women like, oh, you'll go be a boss babe, go be a CEO and stuff. And like, both of the genders are fucking miserable when they follow this shit advice. Look, we have stepped away from traditional relationships, and the cat's out the bag. It doesn't work.
Right.
This hookup culture is bad for everybody.
Yeah.
It's bad for everybody, and America's leading the charge on this shit with women's lib and all that garbage. And when I'm talking about the hypersexualization of women, because it's hilarious how women are like, oh, I'm empowered, I'm gonna go and like have a bunch of dudes fuck me and throw me away.
Yeah.
Like,
I get where you're coming from.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a win. That's you're catching L's. And then like, if you look at the stats, women's hit since like the 1970s in America, women's happiness has been consistently declining the more they stray away from traditionalism. This is not like a patriarchy thing or a white male oppressing people thing. Look around the globe. Look at Africa. Look at India. Look at Asia. Look at the Middle East. Look at South America. Every type of people since the dawn of civilization has engaged in these traditional type of relationships.
Gender roles, for sure.
It is only recently where they say like, okay, let's step away from this. Let's we gotta smash the patriarchy or whatever trash they're putting out there. And the people who follow it are miserable. Yeah. She's here. She's happy. She's feminine. She's attractive. She's successful.
And she's married though.
That's exactly.
If she was still single right now, she'd be singing a different tune. And here's my point.
I think single girls are miserable.
Well, it's my point is that I don't think that women, and men for that matter, are ready to acknowledge what you just said.
Well, they need to grow the fuck up.
Well, and hear me out, because I cite this report all the time. There's a report out there about that by 2030, so in 8 years from now, the majority of working women, okay, so that's ages 25 to 45, right? Working women. By 2030, 45% of them are going to be unmarried and no kids. So women who are 38 years old are going to look and say, I've been working my ass off since I'm 21 years old. I've been encouraged to go to school, get a job. I don't need no man. I'm going to become a boss babe CEO. And they're going to look at themselves, and they're turning 40 next year, and they're going to be like, I've got a couple $100,000 in the bank. No man, no kids, a couple cats.
I've got one egg left.
What am I going to like? So I don't think
one good one.
So it's hard to tell a woman who's 30 today, right? Hey, you're making all the wrong decisions. You're focusing way too much on your career, not on your personal life or your sexual life or finding a husband. It's very hard that they're like, dude, I'm just starting to make money for get out of here.
Yeah.
So the reality is not going to set in now. It might be 10 years from now.
Right.
You feel me on that?
I don't think the reality is going to set in. I think they're going to march.
They're just going to double down.
They're going to march to their fucking grave.
No
I swear to God. Because this hasn't
There's
changed.
always a come to Jesus moment. They're like, what have I been thinking?
And when they come to Jesus, usually it's too late.
That's my point.
Well, okay. Then if you think they'll come to Jesus and be too late,
yes.
But
I mean, there's going to be an epiphany, but like, what have I been doing all this for?
But we also have an OnlyFans culture,
which is recent.
Yeah, which is recent. In Sweden, they actually did put out a questionnaire about it in schools.
Yeah.
And tons of girls answered they want to quit school and make money on OnlyFans.
Yeah, because everyone wants to get rich quick these days.
Yeah. So
who the hell wants to do 4 years of school?
Yeah, looking. El Toss says something in the chat that's really important. I'm going to bring it up. El Toss says, I think it's bad for a woman to be career focused. She isn't focused on finding a man she can really stay with and have a family with. We have too many bad relationships today. It's funny, right? So my girl, right, she was out with her friends like a couple days ago, and they're all having girl time, right? And they're all like, I think one is 28, the other one's 27, the other one's 25, right? And they're all like, they all have good corporate jobs. They're making good money. Everybody's sub 100K, but they're like near 100K. And they're all Japanese girls, all young little team of hotties. And they're like, well, we all have these nice jobs, but like we don't have. These women in Japan as well, right? They were having conversations. They're like, we don't have these aspirations to be like head of HR or like, we don't want to be like these super boss babes or we don't want to like advance our careers at all. We don't want to do that. You know, what we want to do is like have a man, have a family. That's what we want to do, right? And with what the narrative is pushing is saying like, oh, you go out there, you be a boss babe, you could be this, you be Megan Thee Stallion, you could be She-Hulk and twerk, you could be a fucking insufferable slut your whole life, and you'll be a fucking CEO. You go, girl. Just don't fucking stop consuming. Don't stop buying our products. Don't stop being addicted to social media. Don't stop being addicted to dating apps, right? It's hilarious just to see that the ones that are pulling the strings are the ones that have women's interests at the very bottom of their list. Anytime you see a women's rights movement or some kind of political activist championing women's rights, there's always something behind it that's going to get them more money and or more power via votes. I mean, just do reverse engineering and you'll see it on every single fucking corner. It's very simple. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I got to make a quick restroom. Thanks so much for watching today's episode. We're going to get right back to that, but I want to tell you about a new coaching program that I have called the Money Muscles Game Monthly. What this is a coaching program dedicated to helping you get your dating and money right as soon as possible. If you want more women in your life and you want more money in your life, this is the coaching program for you. It's a very simple program. On the second and fourth Sunday of every month, we start a live group coaching session on Zoom at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This allows you to network with other men on the same journey of self-improvement as you. It provides access to millionaire mindset training from me and a group that will keep you accountable throughout the year. If you're having trouble with your dating life, girls are flaking, you're not getting matches on apps, you're not being able to keep girls around, I can help you with that. If you're not happy with your job, you're not happy with your career, you're not happy with the promotions you're getting or the direction of your skill set in general when it comes to money, I can help you. I have taken myself from poverty to the upper echelons of financial success. I can do the same thing for you. In addition to that, you get access to a Telegram chat, so you have direct access to all members, and you guys can kind of keep tabs on what's happening in regards to advancing yourself in dating and also advancing yourself in financial aspects of life. The Telegram chat is going to be highly moderated, so there's not going to be a lot of nonsense being put in there, spam, complaining, none of that. We don't have time for that, okay? Especially if you want to get to the top levels of success. We have no time for complainers, okay? So the chat is going to be highly moderated, okay? All right, I'm back. Sign up. Let's get back to the show.
Find a career, get an internship, get your first job,
study,
hate it, study, get in an issue with your boss, move from job to job, move up. Like, who wants to do that? Who wants to work hard when you can make some easy money?
But it makes an issue.
That's culture today.
Yeah.
But it is an issue because most of the guys don't want to date an OnlyFans girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
So,
there's a more cute.
I recently had a difficult conversation with a young lady friend of mine.
They just don't want to. It's not
but
like
you started dating your husband way before you were doing all this stuff.
Yes.
Before that, what were you like? Were you adult? Are you an adult film star? What are you?
No. What are you?
Tell me everything, Monica.
Well,
She's like, who's asking how much you paying? That's what I am on the phone.
So I have a bachelor in teaching. I'm a
Awesome.
European history and religion history. So I was a teacher for 2 years.
Imagine, all right, guys, welcome to class. I'm your teacher, Miss Bella. Every single 8th grader is like, ding.
All the boys have straight A's.
I don't know. They're just paying attention to everything I say.
And the classroom is spotless.
Okay, so Monica's the teacher. All right, you got my attention.
I was a
Go
teacher, and then I started working in business because teaching it's really tough. It was 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, and trust me.
That's crazy. I did the same thing.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard.
If you're teaching 2nd grade, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Anything above 7th grade,
God.
you do not be deserving in a classroom. And that is the highest compliment to you, if you know what I mean.
It was hard.
Boys are
It was
going
tough.
through some serious stuff at that age.
They do. I love them dearly, but whew.
Yeah, they're doing the old tuck it in the belt thing.
Yeah. So
You're familiar with this move.
Does it reach
So
up to the
nasty.
belt?
It does, sir.
oh, okay. And then I was in business. and I
Okay.
actually was working in business when I met my husband. So.
Got it. Okay. Does that answer your question? Meaning they met before the.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Okay.
But that's wild to come up, the quickness.
Yeah. So
There it is. Natalia, we're gonna start answering some super chats. I don't know. Do you have some now, or should we wait for the next question?
I can read one of them.
Okay,
I have,
go ahead.
The Rational Male. I'm
Oh,
not sure
we-
if this
we-
is him.
we're-
I think it's him.
We
but
know
he
this
did.
gentleman. It might
Yes.
be Rolo, might not be. Yes, go ahead.
But $50. Thank you. He said, John MLD is the real deal. I've seen him come up since 2015. He's always been authentic. He had my back when a few people did. Our show, Rule Zero, and is still going strong after 3 years because of his influence. Don't forget, extra cup of rice.
Extra cup of rice.
Extra cup of rice.
That's
Well,
my saying.
Shout out to Rolo Tomasi.
He's the reason I'm here.
Friend of ours.
He's the reason I'm
Yes,
here. Thanks to Rolo. Literally, he's the one who put me on your list. So thanks,
Yeah.
Rolo. Thank you, bro.
For sure. And he's done the show, I don't know, a half a dozen times at least. So shout out to Rolo.
Yes.
Message me when you're going to come back, bro.
Yes.
I think he's in Lake Tahoe, I want to say. I don't know.
Oh, awesome.
Is that all you got for now?
That's for now, but
Yeah, she didn't even read the super chat properly. I mean, this chick's got such a fucking massive ego, and she can't even do her goddamn job right. I don't know. That chick was insufferable. And then she started arguing with me. You'll see. You'll see. It's coming up.
make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and let's get some good questions going. Like
Natalia's going to be reading these questions.
We
All right, let's
missed
get
you.
to know MLD a little bit more. Thank you for being open and inviting
course.
and letting us know the real deal. And don't hold back. If there's some stuff you want to say,
Oh, of course.
Monica. So MLD, one of my favorite books of all time, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. There's
Yeah.
a famous line in there at the beginning of the book, and they talk about burn the ships.
Yes.
That's actually how I ended up doing this. Is I've worked in the finance space for a hedge fund for 15 years. I still do it, but I made my money. And I was uninspired, and I still do that. That's great. It's a money maker. I'm great at it. Great. Shout out to my people that do that stuff. But it's what I do. It wasn't who I was. I said, you know what? I really want to do something to kind of give back. Essentially what you do. And I was like, all right. I read Think and Grow Rich. I read How to Win Friends and Influence People. I was reading all these financial books, just getting smarter, getting more equipped. But the line within Think and Grow Rich is burn the ships. Are you familiar with this,
Yes.
this terminology?
Yep.
And the story goes, I don't know if it was like,
Alexander the Great.
was it Alexander the Great?
Yep.
Okay. And he says, we're going to land on this island. We're going to take it over, burn the fucking ships
Yep.
because we're not leaving. We're dominating here.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what you did in your life. You were working in the corporate space, 9 to 5 type of job,
Yep.
doing okay. It's not like you were struggling, but you
worked
said, this isn't for me.
Yeah, no,
And you
I-
had your burn the ships moment. You said, I want to move to Japan. Walk us through that.
So no, okay, it was very. This is gonna sound crazy, but bear with me, okay? So I had graduated college. I had gotten my degree. I had done everything society told me to do. I worked for Aon Hewitt at the time. You know,
wow.
huge, insurance company, and I had done everything society told me to do. But like in my heart of hearts, I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I was like a real man. I felt like I hadn't challenged myself. You know, back in the day they used to do the rite of passage in
Yeah.
cultures. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's called the bar
Yes.
mitzvah.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So, multiple
Yes,
things.
no, I
Like
get it, yes.
some like Indians, they would take the boy and be like, "All right, here's a spear.
You got to go kill a lion. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
rite of passage.
and you got to bring
correct.
the wolf's skin back, and you're gonna get a wife, you're gonna get a house, and you're gonna
Yeah,
be a
walk
man."
on fire and stuff like that. Yeah.
And then they have a ceremony, and like, okay, he is now a man. He's got a wife. So I had just felt like this kind of mask.
That is hilarious. Back Zud said Adam props up Nat for the same reason Rolo puts Torsha on a pedestal. Oh guys, I am leading the anti-Torsha campaign. We have got to ban Torsha from the manosphere. We have to send her back to the bartending life where she came from. Unbelievable. She has got to go. Just say no to Torsha. I'm gonna make a T-shirt that says "Just say no to Torsha." I'm gonna start a campaign, and even our little old shorty doo-wop, Kevin Sabo is he has the show Captain Savaho, but he's being Captain Savaho by siding with Torsha. Not good. Not good, Kevin Sabo. Not a good look.
Masculine emptiness inside of me. I just feel like there could do something more. And so I was like, I am going to make my own rite of passage. I said, I'm going to go to Japan. I'm going to go by myself.
Why Japan?
Just because it was far away. And bottom line is this: like at that time, I was hanging out with people who, you know, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. And at that time, all my friends, they just Call of Duty, smoking weed, jerking off to porn.
All the amazing things, right?
You know, stuff that will destroy you as a man.
For sure.
Stuff that will destroy you as a man. And I said, if I hang out with these guys, I'm going to be like them. God bless them. We're all the Lord's people, but I don't want to be like them. I want to live the fucking hot dude life, man. I want to have money. I want to have status. I want to have girls. I want to be happy and fulfilled because I believe we only live one time. And so I nuked everything in America.
You burned the ships.
I nuked my credit. I got rid of I had a Toyota Tacoma that was like leased, right? And I called him up. I was like, listen, dude, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to be able to make the payments on this.
Oh, shoot.
I said, the truck is in this parking lot here, and I put the keys in the visor. I'm getting
You
out.
just left the truck. Here it
Oh
is.
my God, that's
I left
cool.
it, and I called him, and I was just like, I'm so sorry, you know? I got rid of my apartment. I sold everything. I put an ad on Craigslist, like, everything in my apartment is free. And then,
wow.
like, this team of, like hillbillies came out.
How
with
did
a
you feel
truck.
about that, though? Because I went through the same thing as he did. I burned my ships, literally, like hardcore.
So when I did that, I bought a one-way ticket to Tokyo. I had $2,500 in my pocket. November 4th, 2012, and I got off the plane in Tokyo. And I'd never been to Japan before.
What? You had never even vacationed there?
Never.
You're like, I'm just moving to Japan, Tokyo.
So I had a job lined up, and I got off the plane, and the first thing I did was like, I have royally fucked up.
Oh, God.
I was like,
you just second guess yourself.
I know
to the
that
highest
feeling.
I
degree.
got off of the plane, and I was like, everyone's Asian. I can't read shit. I'm
Yeah.
alone.
By the way, take off your glasses right now. People might think you're Asian. You're just
No, I'm not Asian at all.
you're mixed. What are you?
My mom is from Trinidad and Tobago, and my
Okay.
dad, he was white.
Trini and white. You can keep them on. You're looking cool, bro.
I had a rough night
Yeah.
in Brickell last night.
You look good, though.
But the
for
point
that-
is,
for
you're
that.
not Asian, and you end up in
you.
Tokyo
Yeah.
living.
I was out drinking with Paul for Apex Mindset until like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Paul is an animal, guys. Paul is an animal, you know, and we just did everything you shouldn't do in Miami, you know. I don't even know if I should say it on the fucking stream. I'm not going to. But it was a very Miami night, you know. We got hit on by prostitutes. Drug dealers approached us. We were bouncing from bar to bar till like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was irresponsible, but I feel like I still crushed it, despite just being completely inebriated.
Thank you. No, I was out with my buddy Paul from Apex Mindset, and he's an animal. I'm an animal. I rented a Ferrari. We were driving all night and stuff. Not drinking and driving. We were driving, then
Before.
drinking.
Listen, you're just pulling over and taking sips. I get
No,
it.
I wasn't. I'm dead ass. I don't know. We were
All good.
we were speeding, and then
I'm not the cops, bro. You're good.
and then we drank.
The point
after.
is, you look good today, but last night you were feeling rough.
Yeah, no. This morning I was feeling rough. when
Okay,
I got
this
home.
morning. But anyway, back to Japan.
Right.
You're there. You're at the airport. You're like, what the fuck did I just do?
No, for real. I was like, dude, Jonathan, you ran your fucking mouth, and now look at this shit. You got to fix this, bro. So I was really, the first 3 months were pretty hard because you know I read.
And there was no going back at that point.
Hell
You
no.
ruined your credit. You sold all your shit. You told your friends go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
You threw your Call of Duty games in the garbage. Boom, we out.
Yeah, and no, for me, I had
Dude, I did the exact same thing.
Really?
I had too much pride as a man to go home. I was like, I can't go home. I was like, I have got to figure this shit out.
Of course.
And best decision of my life, man. Within 6 months, I had like my main English teaching job. Honda had picked me up. This was 2012, and they were paying me $80 an hour to teach
wow.
them English.
Yeah.
In like their
Honda,
yeah.
Nice.
In their they have a motorcycle engineering department in Saitama, and I worked with the engineers there, taught them business
awesome.
English. And then I started doing a little bit of modeling over there too, you know, because like just because you're a foreigner and like they always need foreigners for like wedding gigs because it's like cool to see a
I was
foreigner as
thinking
a
more
bride.
thong, but
No,
thong?
no.
Monica's getting ideas in her head,
That's
buddy.
on my OnlyFans.
Make sure you subscribe to Jonathan MLB. But you know how they say
It's
that
free.
your comfort
Never
zone
free.
will kill you?
Never free. Yeah.
Your comfort zone will kill you?
Yes.
You were not in your comfort zone.
No, dude.
You're in the middle of Tokyo. You don't speak the language?
No.
At all?
At that time, no.
Okay. And now you're saying it's the best decision in your life.
Yeah.
So what was the lowest moment when you're like, holy shit?
Oh.
What did I just get myself into? I'm going to go back home to America.
I can clear this one up because
Yeah.
it's a little. It's
Is it rough?
It's a triumphant victory, but at the time it was a low. So
Go for it,
I was
buddy.
dating this girl, right? And
Japanese girl?
Yeah, I was dating her, and so I told her I used to write this down on my wall, and I had a piece of paper in my wallet that says, one day I'm going to make $10,000 a month from the internet every single month, net profit.
Oh, wow.
And when I felt down, I would read it, or when I would be struggling and be like, yeah, fuck, I can't pay my bills, or some shit's going on, it would be on my walls. So she had like this come to Jesus moment with me. She's like, we need to talk. She's like, you have to understand, like, this dream that you have of making this money on the internet, she's like, you can't do it.
Oh, wow,
She
that's
was,
rough.
Yeah, and she was like, we lived in the guest house at the time, so it's like a kind of like a communal living situation. Like there's a community kitchen, and there's like, community living room area, and then bedrooms and apartments upstairs, right? Mm-hmm. So she's like, the other people in the guest house, like, they think you're weird, and it's embarrassing for me.
Why weird?
Wow.
Because I wanted to make $10,000 a month from the internet.
They thought
That's
you were
not
weird,
weird.
because you
Yeah.
you had aspirations.
Exactly. Because
Oh,
they're all
wow.
losers. They were all losers.
Oh.
They were drinking, partying, like, just that.
This is in Japan.
This is in
That's
Osaka.
weird.
But
Osaka,
Japan's
Japan.
a capitalist type of country, right?
Yeah.
No. It was a mixed community of people.
Got it.
Okay.
But there's a certain type.
What a
of,
fucking weirdo wants to make money and do something with
I
it.
know,
Like, hey,
right, right.
loser, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Smoke some weed and play some video games. Hurry up.
Exactly.
So they had told me that, and that really hurt because I loved her at the time, And then I was like, damn. And then I started to believe her. So I was like, man, maybe she's right. She's like, you need to get a regular job. You need to think about your future. And keep in mind, this girl was fucking absolute mess. I was still trying to like help her as like a person.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Oh.
help her out.
Play it safe, bro. Don't take risks. Don't take chances.
Smoke some weed.
Play
Yeah.
it safe.
You
Hit
know?
this.
So
Yeah.
then, after I dumped her, I dated another girl who was just like blindly loyal and supportive of me. To like, dude, just like
This is Miss MLD.
I could be like, look, there's a body, and we gotta get rid of it.
Oh,
She'd be
awesome. I'm like that.
She's
I'm
like,
totally
really?
like that.
She's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'll get the Kleenex.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
get
yeah.
I'll
Where's
get the
the
Clorox.
shovel?
The definition
See, and you can tell this is Swedish Bella is just totally on board with me as well. She's totally in my frame at this point of the show.
of a ride or die chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the shovel?
that you?
Well, it's usually me do the killing. That's the problem. I can never find the person who wants to bury it with me.
Well,
God
a
damn it.
girl could dream.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right?
So
Don't incriminate yourself there, Monica.
so that was 20.
Sup, Don? So I noticed you. I'm recovering from. I'm all groggy. Time zones, surgery, you name it. I'm getting better though.
2015 that happened, and then I had hit a pretty low point. I had literally lost all my money. I had like $10, and then I dumped her. I had to rebuild myself back up. Lost it all again in 2018, but I had the new girlfriend with.
Facts Donovan. He says Pearl, Allie, Tallulah, and Janelle aren't attention whores. Big facts, bro. Big giga facts. Ultra giga facts.
Me. And during the time when I lost it all 2018, I could feel the stress on her. I could feel the
Yeah, yeah.
anxiety of her
Yeah.
wanting me to get the shit together. And I knew I had to. My back was up against the wall by my own pressure. I didn't care if she was going to leave or whatever. But I knew I loved her, and I knew it was stressing her out. But then finally I had my breakthrough in 2019. Big breakthrough. And it all started with, burning the ships, man. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys doubt themselves nowadays. That's what pisses me off, because when I see guys, I see raw talent. I'm like, dude, you're like, I tell these guys, I'm like, dude, you're good looking. You're just, you don't meet any girls because you stay at home and play video games all day. And you're like,
Yeah.
why can't I meet girls?
I
Like,
have guys on my OnlyFans that send me pictures. They're virgin. On top of that, I don't mind anybody being virgin. Like,
Yeah.
but it just shows how the dating society or relationship society is right now in America. These dudes are good-looking guys. It's not like a fat, ugly,
Yeah.
low intelligent guy sitting
Yeah.
in his mom's basement. These are guys that have a job, have an education. They're good-looking.
Donovan Sharp's in the chat. He says, I don't have anything against Tori. I just won't associate with her anymore. I just told her as much in person and on the phone. Well, I do have a lot against Torsha, and I think she should get the fuck out of the manosphere.
They're no Brad Pitt, but I rather have a good-looking, normal dude than.
And what do you think their problem is?
I think it's just women being very. Women have a long list
Yeah, of
of
course.
things.
I love this chick.
Yeah.
have a long list of things a guy should not do,
Oh, man.
or what he should be. It's like he has to be tall, he has to be rich, he has to look like this, he has to wear this, he has to be this old, he has to have no kids, and he has to be this or that.
And a one strikeout policy. He makes one mistake in the
Yeah,
relationship.
you're
This
done.
guy's
You're
asshole.
done.
He's blocked. He's toxic. He's a narcissist.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
go on a huge smear campaign.
And guys have a very small list. They're like, be cute, be nice to me, take care of me, and I love you forever.
Don't be fat.
Don't. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
But these
you know,
guys here, you're saying that they're not losers.
they're not in any way.
So here, and you talked about that some of these guys are talented. They just haven't tapped into that yet. You said that word.
That's why it goes back to the core four. Every guy needs to focus on that.
Yeah.
Make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame.
Yeah.
The guys right there, sorry, no offense, but the guys on OnlyFans got no fucking game. That's why they're there.
That's usually what it is. And they do ask me, like, hey, you know, I
can I
want to
pick you
date
up?
this girl. Like, how do I do it? How do I find a girl like you? Or how do I find a girl in general? And it's usually a game thing, but it's usually also they've been put down so many times by women where you're like, okay, fuck this, I'm worthless. I might just go on OnlyFans and jerk off.
Yeah, but these guys
You know?
need to understand a couple different things.
They need to know the game.
Yeah, and we're going to touch on money, muscles, game frame. We're going to get into that for sure. There's a couple different things that these guys need to understand. You make the Hall of Fame in baseball if you hit 300.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
So if you're a Mac Daddy dude, you go up to 10 women, you get 3 numbers, you're a Hall of Famer, homie. So a lot of guys will get discouraged and they'll go up to a girl and they're like, hey, and they're like, yeah, sorry. And they're like, yo, that's it. I've ruined my life. That's it.
Yeah,
It's like,
you
buddy,
can't be
go
like
up to
that
9
either.
more and see how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if they work on this money, but a couple other things, because you talked about talent. Women like confidence. Women like a man with ambition, no doubt.
True.
Something that you ever seen The Bronx Tale?
No, I've heard of it.
Robert De Niro, Chaz Palminteri.
but I know
which
the
one
test.
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the test is a great part of it. But there's a quote in the movie that De Niro says to his son, who is in real life is Chaz Palminteri, and he goes, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent.
That is true.
Okay? So I would write that down on my to-do list every day for years.
Oh, wow.
Years. All right, here's my to-do list today. Like, I got to do this. Top of the list. Adam, remember, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. All right, it's Tuesday. Time to write my to-do list. Remember, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. The problem that a lot of young men don't understand is like, dude, you're talented. You're good looking. You're smart.
Yeah.
You got it. But like, talk about inner game where you talked
Yeah.
about inner
Yeah.
what?
Inner game, yeah.
Inner game.
Yeah.
You're telling yourself, well, I don't know. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. It's like, buddy, you got this.
Yeah.
Develop some confidence.
Exactly.
You know you've been hit on a guy that's
yeah,
not
for
that
sure.
good looking, but he's got swag and confidence.
I love that.
And you're like, something about this weird dude. I'm totally.
Exactly.
And there's dudes who are tall, good looking,
Yeah,
strong, and they
oh my
come up to you
God. Oh,
and they're
God.
awkward as fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Am I
They're-
wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I mean, it has happened.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I think Anthony Bourdain is hot. I think
Well,
he's
rest
super
his
hot.
soul. It was amazing, of
but
course.
he's hot, and women
Yes.
go like, he's not hot. Yes, he is.
He's
but
got
it's
the-
his confidence.
Yes.
He's just a good-looking dude because of it.
Yes.
He doesn't have to be Brad Pitt or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I'll date Anthony Bourdain over Brad Pitt any day.
You know, a lot of those girls too that she said that have that laundry list, right? They have that laundry list of what they want, but look at the guys they've dated in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And it never matches up. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of guys, they shouldn't really take these like super long laundry list of girls wants. Like, I think it's their ideal.
Yeah.
Sure, but what they have settled for has
Nothing to do with it.
exactly.
There's-
I mean,
it's
come
not
on,
the list.
every girl has a few dicks she
But
regrets.
you know, for example, I see a lot of hate towards Andrew Tate on social media. I follow him on TikTok because I think, you know, he's funny to listen to, and
Yeah.
you know, but the funny thing is, a lot of the women who complain about Andrew Tate are dating Andrew Tates. That's their list.
What's the cognitive disconnect there? That they're dating the guy that they hate on? What do you mean?
Yeah, no, it's like the guys that they're dating are like Andrew Tate. They're a little bit, you know, rough. They're bad boy.
They're
you know,
macho,
They're
they're tough,
macho.
yeah.
They're tough dudes. But then they hate on him. But you're dating the exact same thing. So I think for dudes, it's very hard to understand a woman because on one hand, a woman
Oh shit, is that you, LFA? Look at you. Congrats on all your recent success, bro. Don't stop now. Thanks so much, man. We're closing in on 40K subs, baby. We're closing in on 40K subs. If you know, all it took was me actually giving a shit about getting subs, because that's not the metric I care about. We all know what the one metric I care about is. But hey, subs, I'll take them. I'll get them. We're gonna get to 100K before the year's over. Don't worry.
Woman says, I want somebody that takes care of me, that is, you know.
Andrew Tate played this clip of her on one of his most recent podcasts on Emergency Meeting. It was on Rumble. He played this clip where I was there, and you can hear my voice at the end.
In touch with his feminine side, does this and that and blah, blah, blah. But then it doesn't make their pussy wet at all. But a bad guy that does shit that you don't want to have like done to you, that makes their pussy wet.
Yeah.
So
it's always,
you know,
As Rolo says, shout out to Rolo again, alpha fucks, beta bucks, right?
yeah,
Right.
it's hard.
It's
So, and
female.
then-
It's female 101. If you know game, like what she says doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything. Watch what she does.
Exactly.
Watch who she
Yeah.
bangs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's just humans in general. Like you know, we're in Miami, right? Everybody's a fucking millionaire and they're
Yeah.
the shit or whatever. The guy drives a Volkswagen. Like, okay, like something doesn't add up. You know, you gotta interpret their actions. So I think a lot of guys, going back to your point, it's twofold. One, I think a lot of guys either don't have a father that should be teaching them
Yeah.
this stuff. Confidence is like I
100%.
could tell you had a good father and good family. I could just tell by meeting you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, and so
I had a rough relationship with my dad, but he stayed there the whole time. So
But he
thanks.
was there. He was present.
Yes.
You know.
yeah, I mean, was he like whooping your asses?
Yeah.
But like
that's
how
not-
bad?
My dad whipped my ass.
Like you know, like 70s, it's okay to do this. Or
Yes.
like nowadays.
No, 70s, it's okay to whip
Oh,
a kid's
okay.
ass. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Still.
it made me the man who I am because I
Yeah.
was like, all right, I know what. I had a very, like, I knew what was right and wrong at a very early age. So that made me very wise and like hip to the game of
Yeah.
like, yeah, I get it. My dad's got some issues, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna improve.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be the guy that's like, my dad hated me and he kicked my ass, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna be a piece of shit
I'm
now.
with
It's
you
like,
on that one.
I'm gonna be like, no, I'm smart enough and I get what's going on here because my dad's got some issues.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use that to my advantage to say, now I'm going to become the man that I want to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Because my dad wasn't. A lot of men can't do that. They can't process issues that way.
A lot
but-
of people like going with the I was a victim.
Victim
yeah,
mentality.
yeah.
Victim mentality.
100%.
Victim mentality sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't get anywhere
Okay?
with that shit.
Because you know
Nowhere.
what? You're never going to win the victim game. Because
No.
there's always going to be someone that's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, you're black? I'm retarded. Oh, you're retarded? I'm dying of cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like, there's always going to be somebody,
Somebody is worse.
Setting the bar
Yeah, yeah.
lower and lower.
100%.
The
So
oppression
it's like-
Olympics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where's that getting you in life? You're worse and worse and worse than the next person. It's just like,
Yeah.
I had Ben Carson on the show today on PBD Podcast. If you're
nice.
not
Oh,
familiar
nice.
with
Yeah,
Dr.
I
Ben
know
Carson.
Ben Carson. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
he was here 3 hours ago. And you talk about someone that wouldn't play the victim card. This guy grew
Oh
up
my-
poor, illiterate. His
Yeah.
mom had no money. His mom left him. Mom illiterate. He had a crazy temper, getting in fights at school. Next thing you know, he gets his shit together. He says, I'm not going to be a victim.
Yeah.
He becomes a doctor. He's like, becomes the world record
awesome.
for disconjoining twins, Siamese twins,
Yeah.
whatever. And he's like, I'm not gonna play the victim. I'm just not gonna do it. And it's just like
Yeah,
that's his personality.
100%.
So
I'm with him.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
But
to play
going
the
back to
victim.
to the guys, what I'm saying is like I think either the father is not present or he is just like an absentee father. He doesn't teach the sons because like back in the day they didn't need men's dating coaches. There was no space for this because
Yeah.
the father
There
was
was no
teaching
need
them.
for Andrew Tate 100 years ago. Is what you're saying.
He's not the hero we want, but he's the hero we deserve.
Yeah. But
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna cap it here, and it gets spicy. So we'll do part 2 tomorrow. But I gotta get to bed and just recover. So appreciate you guys watching. We'll be back.